Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
Here we go, Tuesday edition, the Young and Norvelle Show, coming to you from, well, our Tuesday home. You know it by now if you follow this show, and I hope 8 million of you folks are following this show right now. You know, every Tuesday we are set up live in the heart of Mandarin, right next to the Julington Creek Bridge. We are at Hurricane Julington Creek, fun place, Hurricane Grill and Wings. You know the wings are incredible. When the wings are in your name, you better be good. When you have 30 different flavors, over 30 flavors of wings, you better be good at wings, and they are definitely. But I always tell people, do not sleep on the tacos. Do not sleep on the quesadillas. I was here last Wednesday, had a lunch meeting in the area, came here and had lunch, and I dined on the Monterey chicken quesadilla. Oh, I got a weak spot for quesadilla. I love quesadilla. They are so good. Grilled chicken, tomato, Monterey Jack, and cheddar cheese melted together in a flour tortilla served with sour cream and salsa, and it was wonderful. Great menu, big old menu here at Hurricane Grill and Wings in Julington Creek, our Tuesday home. Terry Norvelle here. Hope to hear from Patrick Young. We hope to talk some baseball in our second hour around 5:30 as we do our baseball talk with Sports Illustrated publisher Kade Kistner. He joins us on Tuesdays. We have a lot of MLB to talk about. It'll be that way all summer long. Things are really, really heating up. Talk some baseball as we go today. Other topics we'll get into, basketball, television numbers. The NBA's got to be ecstatic with the TV numbers that came in from Game 7. And I'll tell you one thing, the college folks need to be ecstatic as well. A couple of good numbers from college basketball a couple weeks ago. We've got a graphic we'll get to in a little bit that shows really the top, I think it's the top 10 basketball TV highest rated games. And the NBA Game 7 was way up there, even though it was two small market teams. Who cares about that? And the Florida Gators, boy, the Gator basketball program got a ton of exposure to the tune of about 40 million eyeballs over two games, the championship game in March Madness, and then, of course, the Final Four game on Saturday. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. I thought we'll dive back into college baseball just a little bit, I promise. Obviously, that is over with LSU winning a title. But Coastal Carolina, I know they got a little bit of bad press here at the end, but they deserve some good press. I did not see what they did, but Coastal Carolina spent, according to their baseball program, they spent 8 cents on a poster that they put up, a sheet of paper with a QR code that they put up on their dugout wall, and I thought it was ingenious. Most people did as well. I didn't see it when it happened live, but we'll take a look at that a little later to lighten things up. I want to take a moment at some point to try and dig up. It looks like this AUSL, and Casey, can I bring you in again? I know I'm a broken record here, but the Athletes Unlimited Soccer League, is that not the worst name of any sports league ever? The wonderful softball league, professional softball. Great idea, great concept. I think it's going to work. What a bad name.
Yeah, it's not the best name it's ever been invented.
I'm going to try and track down some numbers. Word is they're off to a good start. They're selling out a couple thousand, which is not a big number, but that's as big as the stadiums are that they're playing in. And supposedly it's been well received. We'll get into that, but gosh darn, they got to do something about AUSL, Athletes Unlimited Softball League. Who in the world came up with that? We'll get into that a little bit later. Sports sponsorships are always fun. The Reese's, and just in case you're wondering, the Reese's Senior Bowl, the college football all-star game, the Reese's Senior Bowl, that is no longer, Casey. It will now be the Panini Senior Bowl. And when you hear Panini Senior Bowl, college football, the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Casey, I don't want to put you on the spot, but panini. I know what it brought to mind for me this morning. Are you thinking like sandwich or something?
I mean,
Panera?
you do remember I run a memorabilia business, right?
Oh, gosh darn it. See, I had no idea.
Yep.
I had no idea when I saw it. And yes, now I do know that you're in the collectible business. Panini is a big sports. What is Panini? Tell everybody.
Yeah, it's a sports card company and autograph company. They have the license right now for NFL trading cards and a couple other sports. Not all, but some.
They're a big player.
Yeah, huge.
Big boy. So Panini has taken over the title role of the College Football Senior Bowl. When I heard Panini, I immediately thought Panera, and I thought sandwich. I'm like, what in the world? So I dove in a little bit more. And Casey, seriously, I mean, you're into this industry. When you think about it, what a perfect sponsorship. I mean, you've got, what do they have? Probably 60, 70 soon to be hopefully drafted college football players, right?
Yep.
Going into the NFL. What a great matchup there, right? For Panini.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. Reese's was good, but I think for a business model, this one makes a little bit more sense for some of the stuff you can do with the athletes when they're there. So, yeah, I like it.
But can't we keep Reese's around? Like everywhere
I'm
you
sure.
go, a bowl of Reese's just hanging around, right?
Yeah, I mean, they may not be the title sponsor, but they could probably get a commercial or two.
I'll never forget. God, this was a long time ago. It was the 2006 College Football National Championship game. Florida versus Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl was hosting it. And way back then, the Fiesta Bowl, that new stadium in Glendale was maybe 2 years old. I mean, state of the art, right? Stuff had not even developed around it. So we're out there, and I'm out there with Sun Sports and local radio. We're doing TV and radio for a week. And back then, remember, Casey, or if you can remember back then, it was the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
I do remember that.
And so, yeah, and it just timed out. The big bowls, they rotated the national championship game, and it timed out where that year the national championship game, Florida Ohio State 06, was in Glendale at the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. We stayed for about a week out there doing TV and radio at the Camelback Lodge. Beautiful desert. You're in the desert. It's just beautiful media area hotel. Casey, when I say you couldn't take 2 steps in any direction without running into a bag and a bowl of Tostitos chips, they were, Casey,
Believe it.
They were everywhere.
Good marketing. That's what they should do.
It was. I mean, those damn Tostitos tortillas were everywhere.
I mean, when it was still the Cheez-It Bowl in Orlando, now Pop-Tart, but when it was Cheez-It, FSU was in it, and ESPN 690, we were the official FSU station, so I went there for that, to cover that, and every seat had its own couple boxes of Cheez-Its in the press box.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And by the way, the Pop-Tart Bowl, is that Orlando you said?
Yeah, it took over for Cheez-It.
And I'm all in. Hey, I absolutely love Pop-Tarts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think the Pop-Tart is hands down the greatest American food invention ever.
It's a big statement.
Can you think of anything think about the Pop-Tart? Hot, cold. It's already in a travel pouch. You can take it with you. You don't have to wrap it. Dude, it is the greatest American food invention ever. Maybe. Can you think of anything that tops that? I don't think you can.
I mean, yeah, it would be. I probably could if I had a list of things that were made in America, food-wise. But listen, I ate Pop-Tarts every day for breakfast from like the 4th grade to like high school. So
absolutely,
I'm with you.
Absolutely, and dude, I'll buy them in a heartbeat, man. There's nothing better. Well, you got the munchies. You're at home. You don't know what you want. It might be late at night. You don't know. Yeah. You're finicky. You're irritable. You can't fall asleep. There's nothing on TV. You walk to the pantry and you open up, and there's a couple of. You got strawberry. You got chocolate fudge staring you in the face.
It's all good.
Oh, are you a butter on it guy?
I've never done that.
Yeah.
I know is that what you do?
I've gotten to the point where I don't have time to even warm them up. You should warm them up and then
Sure.
put the butter on. Nah,
Huh.
I'm just grab them cold, grab them and go. Just grab them and maul them. I've been known to, and I'm not proud of this, and I'm not even going to say, I can't even with a good conscience, I can't even say I didn't do this last night or this morning about 2:30.
Oh wow.
I'm known to get up because I don't sleep much, man. I'm, old man bladder. I'm up all the time.
Yeah.
I might have walked down those stairs and ripped into a package about 2:38 a.m. this morning.
Wow.
Not
Nicely
proud of
done. Hey, you
Not
do what you
proud
got to
of
do.
Yeah. And Casey, there's something, I don't know, somebody needs to do a scientific study, something, particularly the male species. There is something can take over our body, and we actually are awakened in those AM hours,
Mhm.
but it just kind of, your body just kind of starts walking toward the food pantry.
It's
And
happened.
you can't stop it actually until you feed the beast, right?
Medical condition, from what I understand.
I don't know what it is, man, but I mean, there's times I'm like, and I'll be, your inner monologue, your self monologue, you're going, okay, Terry, you just went to the restroom. Just go back to bed. Just go back. What, Terry? Why are why are you walking down? Terry, why are you in the kitchen? You're not hungry, Terry. You're not hungry. It's 2:30. You're going to get up at 5:30 or 6. Go to bed, Terry. Go back. Turn around. Nope. Casey. Nope. Pantry door opens. Reach in. I don't even have to turn a light on. I can just feel for the box.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can feel it's not tin foil, but they got that foil kind of stuff around them.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
You grab it. And I can tell you this, Casey, many, many, many times I'm heading back and I'll end up eating in my room. I'll kind of stand up and look at my phone, check the weather, see what happened on sports, right? Many times I'll be going back to my room about to devour two. I don't even have a clue what flavor I grabbed. I don't care.
They're all good.
It's actually, Casey, it's actually exciting because you don't know.
It's true. Could be anything.
Yeah. Is that strawberry? Is that blueberry? Is that chocolate? It's exciting.
And no matter what you end up with, you're probably happy with the result. So it doesn't matter.
You could care. Absolutely. You could care less what you got. Hey, as we're having fun getting started here on a Tuesday edition, the Young and Norvelle Show, we'll talk all about baseball in a little bit. I want to go over the NBA Finals final game numbers, college basketball numbers. We'll do that. A lot to get to today, but I want to tell the people early in the show about our basketball camps that we've been promoting. Real proud to be working with the Jacksonville Basketball Academy. Coach Jim Martin over at Providence, longtime veteran coach, one of the best, if not the best, high school basketball coach in our area. Jim runs a bunch of basketball camps, 9 weeks of camps, and we're probably about halfway through. You got plenty of time to get your basketball player, male or female, boy or girl, third grade-ish, all the way through high school. They've got different levels of camps. Where do you want your game to go? What's your objective? They can fit you in. You'll scrimmage. You will learn shooting, footwork, rebounding, passing, all the fundamental drills. You'll learn the thought process of the game of basketball, all the while in a fun atmosphere. The camps run, their weekly camps, roughly 4 or 5 days during the week. They run through early August, still going on strong. If you've got a basketball player in your life that wants to improve his or her game, here's where you go to check out all the information, how to get set up on the camps. JacksonvilleBasketballAcademy.com. Just Google Jacksonville Basketball Academy.com. That'll get you right where you need to go, and you're gonna have a good time. Coach Martin and his instructors, they understand that you're trying to improve your game. As we welcome, speaking of camp and speaking of training camp, we've got Dr. Spock. It looks like Dr. Spock there. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Hold on. Right back at you, buddy. Right back at you.
Terry, I'm still mad at you because you trying to talk about world's greatest fisherman, and you admitted the worst sin of them all.
What?
You don't bait your own hook.
No, I don't want to touch those filthy squirmy. Yeah.
And you don't even hold your fish. You don't even want to touch your fish.
I don't want to touch any of that, my man. But did you see my? You saw my form though, didn't you? Good form. Hey,
A little questionable.
Hey, what's the biggest fish? Have you ever caught a big fish?
The biggest fish would have been, I'm thinking of the amberjack. Caught an amberjack too. Probably, it was about 2.5 feet long.
Whoa.
I hate it catching it.
Why?
Because it takes like 20 minutes.
Okay.
And you're in that position for so long.
Yeah.
Gosh, you just you catch one, you're like, all right, I'm good. I don't want to catch any more fish.
Did you keep it and eat it, or did you throw it back?
We kept it, we smoked it, and we turned it into fish dip.
Okay. One of the guys on the boat said something about fish dip. I didn't know what he was really talking about.
Oh yeah, when you smoke it, it gets that real good taste, smoky flavor, and then it's like cream cheese, some hot sauce, some other things, and then you grab your tortilla chips and you scoop. And
nice.
And you scoop.
Nice. What are you planning on choking somebody out? Why do you have gloves on?
I was cleaning. Okay,
fair enough. I put gloves on when I clean too. Yeah.
Well, we should put gloves on because those cleaning supplies that we use, that stuff's not good for you.
I put little thin gloves when I do the cleaning around the house. Yeah, I do the same thing.
Pat,
I want to ask
you, like these disinfectant wipes, you really shouldn't wash your hands after immediately. That stuff. Ugh.
And you're not supposed to throw those in the toilet either. You're not supposed to flush those.
Isn't it a safe flushable wipes?
Yeah.
But people that work in a sewer that sewage type system, they say it's one of the worst things that you can put down.
I've heard that. I have heard that, and they're now really trying to public service. Hey, don't flush those in the toilet. It's just. I
have a very, very interesting fun fact for us here.
Let me hear it.
I know this is a sports show, but this is a history thing. So you notice, you've ever been overseas?
I have not.
Well, if you go to Italy, Greece, you notice their toilets are different. Almost majority, they have bidets,
sure.
Thing to help you, clean your lower extremities a little bit better.
I got you.
And I believe, I can't remember if it was the Vietnam War or World War II, maybe Vietnam, that a lot of the brothels had bidets in them. And the soldiers that went to these places and frequented them thought, man, these things are awesome. We need to bring them back to America. But who wants to tell on themselves that they found it in a brothel?
Now, brothel, what do you mean? I don't understand. What is a brothel? I'm an innocent guy. What is a brothel? Brothel. How do you spell that? Word of origin. What?
It's been with us today?
No, we got Casey.
Okay, good. I gotta protect the young man's ears.
Yeah, Ben's definitely rated G. Casey is XX. He's a grown man.
No. It's worse. What's worse than that? Not rated. Not rated movies, because they're worse. So,
you got to get those on the underground movie.
A brothel is where a gentleman may frequent, where there are women that tend to use their bodies in a way to service the fleshly desires of those men.
What?
Money, yes.
That's terrible.
It's awful.
Never heard of that. Never.
So anyways, the reason that America did not catch up to the bidet thing was because they were discovered. And even though they were in regular houses, the soldiers were frequenting those places, and they did not want to admit they found those things.
Yeah, I guess that'd be kind of like going home and saying, honey, why don't you buy some blankety blank perfume? It smells really good. Right?
Where did you smell that before?
Aye.
Exactly.
Aye. Hey, what shirt you got on there? Training camp. What training camp?
So this is a book that's been written by John Gordon. Really good buddy of mine. Actually got the book right on hand. How about that? Look at me. Do I get cool points for that?
You do. Absolutely.
so John Gordon wrote this book a long time ago, and the really cool thing was I didn't know John when I was in college because his most famous book is The Energy Bus.
Everybody knows John because he made it on Oprah Winfrey like 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, and The Energy Bus, that book is The Energy Bus. When he wrote it, it was rejected by 30 publishers. And now really? I guarantee you, I mean, at minimum 20 million copies of that book, probably double that, maybe triple, have been sold.
I met him one time in town about 20 years ago. He was one of the original, I think, Moe's Southwest Grill restaurateurs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was before.
I met him somewhere. Might have been a conference or something here in town, and after spending like 5 minutes with him, I felt like a lazy bum. This guy was go.
Well, you know, and for John, as successful as he is, he failed at those things.
Yeah.
And not only was he failing in that, he was failing in his marriage. And his wife, he said he was so negative. He's the most positive person, one of the most positive people you'll meet. He was so negative before. And, you know, and I want to give context here because I know this is a sports show. We got to give reference. John Gordon is one of the most highly touted motivational speakers, authors in the world.
Correct.
Every sports team you can think of, he's talked to them. He has a really, really good relationship with Clemson football and Dabo Swinney. And sadly, who it was Clemson, who they have in the playoff?
Texas. I think Texas roughed them up.
That's right. Yeah. And I remember watching the game and I saw John Gordon on the sideline. I'm like, dang, he chose the wrong side. But anyways, Coach Donovan, he purchased that book for us in college for our team. And it really impacted me. He writes really good nonfiction stories that they're not. Yeah, he writes some really good nonfictional stories to apply some principles. And remember when I went to that thing last month that had, you know, different coaches, and I told you and Brenton about it. It was I met Sean.
Yeah.
That was. This shirt is from that event. One of the. Yeah, if somehow you can get a chance to go to that next year, oh my goodness, Tara, you got to make it happen.
Yeah, when you started describing that event here with all those high level, well recognized, successful people, I was envious. I'm being serious. I mean, I'm like, man, just to be in that room, shut up and listen.
I did not feel like I belonged in that room.
Yes. But, just shut up and listen, right?
When Jim Rome stepped up and he talked, he was like, man, I've never, in his, 40 years?
In
the media? Sure. He's like, in all of my career, I've never experienced a room of people like this. Just being, everyone's just so vulnerable and telling about, you know, their journey and challenges they faced and how many of them coaches were this close to quitting and getting, and how they stay successful. It was awesome, man. So cool.
That was a big boy room of that was big boys now.
I remember, I think I said this before, but I'll say it again. Mac Brown was up there with Trent Dilfer, and you know, Trent Dilfer, he is high energy. Like,
I didn't know that.
He is a high, you gotta be high energy if you're a college football coach. Yeah. And he's talking about all these stuff and standards and principles and all these things you got to do, culture, blah, blah, blah. And then Mac, we were like, Coach Mac, you got anything to say? Sometimes you just got to have better players.
Yes. X's and O's, Jimmy's and Joe's, baby. Give me the Jimmy's and Joe's, right? I like it. Hey, Patrick, we've got a few minutes here this segment. Can you reiterate what's going on Sunday?
Yeah.
At your event with your foundation? It's going to be a fun, interactive time. Tell people what's going on Sunday.
The first thing I want to say is, hats off to professional event planners that are really, really good at this stuff and get paid. They deserve every penny. They deserve their fees that they're charging for that, because
I agree.
The number of things they have to orchestrate as the event comes and just striving to please, and, just trying to make it as seamless as possible. And this is way smaller than a golf tournament. And this still has me on the phone a lot and making sure things are going and posting and et cetera. But it's all worth it because this is all for a cause that's going to continue to serve victims of spinal cord injuries, people that have just been hit major misfortune, that, your life changes, whether it's a loved one or you yourself. And we want to provide hope, provide unity in this crazy, crazy world where you can turn the TV on and your mind just gets divided on so many things right away. But we're pointing to human issues here that should make us all feel good, that, there are other people going through difficult things, but we all can share in those things and overcome, especially when we're united. So on the 29th, we have 2 sessions, a 9 a.m. and an 11 a.m. at Excel Performance. That's XCEL Performance. And come ready, because I want you to know you got to expect you're going to be working out a little bit, not a lot, at least 30 minutes of some challenges that my buddy Storm and Alex Hunt are going to put you guys through. I'm going to participate too. I am not a bystander. Terry might try to be a bystander.
I may. That is fair though. You need to get out there and sweat a little bit.
We're going to have plenty of vendors there. First, most important thing, if you're coming to the 9 a.m., know that you're going to have some free coffee from the Cup of Job. Wait, is the coffee free? They're going to be there. But either way,
I think we can handle a cup of coffee. But give the concept, and the way you explained it yesterday was pretty cool. We make sure we move around every day. We got
exactly.
We're too sedentary. We're too sedentary as a country sometimes. Yeah,
and everyone's heard this. Sitting is the new smoking. That with the way our bodies were made to move. Obviously, a guy like David Goggins, I don't think the body was made to move that much. Yeah. But definitely the amount of sitting that we do in this day and age, that's not sufficient for life expectancy, for us to have being healthy, our mental health, our emotional health. Like, I got to tell you, when I work out for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, man, like I just feel so much better. Your perspective can change on that. And then not only that, man, you can make community. Some of our really good friends are people that I met in the gym.
I agree.
From us being consistent there. But I want you, but you don't, I want to make this as simple and easy as possible, because it's not about the result. It's about the process and being present. And you can be present and intentional in moving your body with gratitude for 20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Because look, our health, it can change just like that. And it doesn't discriminate against anybody, young or old. So I hope that just gives you a perspective of like, dang, I'm thankful that I can get up, I can drive my car to wherever, and I can just walk to the grocery store. I can walk into this thing. I can run if someone chases me. I can run if I need to.
Why are we having it why June 29th on a Sunday? Why the hell that day?
So June 29th, that'll mark 3 days that I have been in this wheelchair.
3 years.
Or I wish it was only 3 days. I wish it was no days. 3 years.
Exactly.
That day is specific to 3 years that I've been in this wheelchair. And
your
obviously,
accident was 3 years.
When you have a date like that was so, some people get tattoos on their bodies. Some people have memorials and things like that to remind them of a hurt or a loss or something. I want to mix it up. I want to repurpose what that day has meant and the good that can come from the hard things you face. So, of course, that's not the way we want to plan it or script it, but sometimes that's the cards we've been dealt with. That the thing that tried to defeat you doesn't have to be the thing that defines you.
When and I'm not picking at you. I love you to death.
Yeah.
When you this Sunday, when you wake up, what emotions will you have?
Well, because, and that's a great, Terry. It's sometimes I'm like, man, I don't know about that guy. I don't know. But then there's moments like this where I'm like, he might know a little thing. That West Side education is helping him out a little bit. Maybe JU really is the Harvard of the South.
Just a little bit.
But I think because I got this vision of having a purpose, and I feel as though because I've been living it and chasing after it, I'm not thinking about myself. I'm not thinking about the obstacles. I'm thinking about what I feel I'm called to do. So when I wake up on that day, it's, 9 a.m. is when we start. I need to be there at 8.
Yes, you do.
So I'm getting up and I'm chasing. I'm getting in my car and I'm chasing and I'm preparing for preparing the event. that's in line with the purpose that I'm now living. So if that's not a speech in itself, if that's not a message right there, I don't know if you got ears to hear. You ain't hearing right. You must be from the West Side.
And Patrick, if you don't mind, if we can keep it here, and if I'm treading in areas you don't want to go, tell me. And you're fine for that. We probably don't do enough talking about your situation. Can you tell people you're fully functional? I mean, you drive your own truck.
Yeah.
You're a functional person. I mean, I mean, a lot of people ask me. I get a lot of questions about you, and I don't mind at all. But I don't know if people. A lot of times I say, well, you understand that Patrick, he drives he's got a customized truck, but he drives independently. You're fully functional, basically.
Yeah, and it's not as expensive as you think. Like it obviously for my truck that I drive, having a lift, my little crane thing, that's a little bit more. I think that was around the range of $10,000 to $12,000 plus the labor, and it's priceless to me. That I didn't have to sell my truck. I didn't have to drive a van or something like that. But like Terry, your car, your Kia, if you had an injury, not you, but just a person had an injury like mine, you're not obligated to have a truck or a van.
No.
You can get hand controls installed into your truck, and that's between $1,000 to maybe on the higher luxury end $5,000, and that's it. You just would transfer into your vehicle. And I've seen there was a doctor when I was at Craig Hospital, and I was asking him, how do you get in out of your truck? What's that look like? Man, he just transferred in. He took off the backrest, picked it up, and he was a thin guy. He wasn't like a little bit bigger than Ben.
Okay.
A little bit bigger than Ben. And he just picked his chair up, took the parts he needed to, put him in the pack. And he's like, I don't even think about it. It took him a minute or two. And look, it's not going to be the exact same for everybody. Yeah. But I guarantee you, there's a kid I've been mentoring. I said, man, you just need to do rehab for an extended period so you can get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
You got to get you to where you want to be. Like there is a path, but there's time that takes and commitment and showing up for yourself. And look, it's hard and it can be discouraging, but like, again, community. If you need when I first had my injury, did I work with a therapist? Absolutely. She helped me to identify what I was feeling. And then said, a lot of the things she when I would tell her, she was like, hey, that's okay that you're feeling that.
Yeah.
Next time, why don't you try like a situation? Why don't you, think about saying this? Because this, it just the way that therapists are awesome. Not obviously not all of them are perfect or anything like that.
Sure.
You think about this. You go to school and you pay money to take on a profession where you hear people's bleh all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's have some grace for those people, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, Patrick, we have put your chair in the back of my Kia before.
When was that? When did we do that?
We went to that Hall of Fame downtown Jacksonville.
That's right. You had to come pick me up.
So your chair breaks down. And before we take a break, I'm going to ask you one more. I'm going to bring up one more thing that I get asked a lot, and it's about you. And I don't mind. I don't know the answers, but and again, if I'm treading on an area that is an area we don't need to go, that's your business, and we respect that. I get asked all the time, will Patrick walk again? And does he have movement? I get those questions all the time. I get it all the time too. I get that, and I get a lot of times. I think because I look so healthy and young, 33 years old, it doesn't compute in people's minds that a person that looks that healthy, there's no way they're like in that chair permanently. It must be a very temporal thing. Sure.
Because of that, they often ask about my legs and like, because I've had some wounds on my legs that had some bandages and things like that, and they think, oh, you sprained both did you break both of your ankles? Did you do this?
Really, you hear that?
Oh yeah. Well, and that's why what helps is I expect always that people are going to say dumb things. So I'm not surprised. And when someone does actually say something that's refreshing, or like they ask me, hey, can I ask you what happened? Which, like, yeah, that's, if you're wondering how, you're curious about someone's situation, don't just blurb out something. Give the person you're asking the autonomy to tell you yes or no. Because some people are not like me, and they're not open and not ready to share and don't want to share their personal business.
Sure.
And we all can understand that. But in terms of the big picture, there's a lot of really awesome things on the horizon. And actually, it was just on 60 Minutes. They're doing trials this year of this implant in your brain that it's crazy. You tell your body what you want to do, and it does it. And it was seamless.
Really?
They had a lady, she was in this thing that her brain was connected to the device that she had on, and she was walking with it. And then they took her out of it and had her sitting, and he was like, all right, move the left leg. And she did, all right, move the right leg. All right, kick your foot out. And it was like seamless. She just had to. So for me personally, I don't think I'm going to just wake up one day and it's just going to happen. It could, but nerves take such a long time to heal. And when I had my accident, our spinal cord is normally in each spine segment, as it goes up and down,
right?
And the spinal cord's behind it. I dislocated my T8. And that went into my spinal cord and pinched it. It didn't sever it, because, you might notice that if you see me out anywhere and you've seen people in wheelchairs, some people have very thin legs.
Right.
Like it almost looks like there's zero muscle there.
I've seen that before. Yes.
Those people typically have. That's how you can identify someone that has a complete injury. Like there's no communication from where they had their injury down. You've seen my legs. I've lost muscle mass, of course, but like I still have thick legs and calves.
And you still, through therapy, work and move your leg muscles, which you have, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you said that. In regards to the event, we have a purpose, an exact purpose for where that money that's raised is going. The Transitional Care Unit here in Jacksonville, that's the TCU. It's the most underserved hospital in Jacksonville. Serves a lot of the homeless population.
Right.
Very poor people, very sick, and just they need an area where they can stay to get at least a bit better, so they can try to go and live their lives again. There's a company in Gainesville called Myolin, and they created an FES bike, a functional electrical stimulation bike. And it allows you to hook yourself up with electrodes and do 45-minute sessions of cycling on this bike as it's stimulating muscles in your legs. And I can't tell you how many positive things come from moving your legs. Look, the reason life expectancy for people that have spinal cord injuries and are in wheelchairs goes so down is because our bodies are meant to move. They're created to move. And when you can't walk, your circulation goes down. You're more prone to potentially get diabetes if you're not active. So I'm super grateful that this device that we're buying is going to be impacting this community in Jacksonville with hopefully thousands of people I will never meet.
Nice. And I think you told me a couple of years ago that one of your foundation's large purchases was outfitting automobiles with, hand controls and things like that, because the people that want to drive, you just can't get back into your car unless it's been customized, or you get a customized automobile.
Yeah, exactly. No, the first thing that's, and it's not just spinal cord injuries. There's other types of patients that with seizure is usually some type of neurological nerve, something that affects a person ability to drive, that they have to relearn and to get qualified again. If you have a seizure in Florida, I think you have to wait 6 months before you can drive again. something like that. But anyways, the first thing we wanted to do was to provide assistance to a organization in the community, Brooks Rehab. They're already doing a lot of great work here, and they're a grant-based hospital, and there's so many priorities that they have that, yes, did Brooks have enough money to buy a new vehicle? For sure, but it wasn't a priority. They talk about a lemon, man. They were using a car that seemed like it was from the 1970s. I don't even, or not the like the 1970s.
Yeah.
So we provided $25,000 so they could purchase a new vehicle, and that vehicle services hundreds of people per year. Not
driving
report injuries,
driving tests and things like that.
Driving tests and driving evaluations. Yep.
I know we're going real long, Casey. Patrick, if I can ask a couple of more questions. Again, I hear a lot of stuff. And this just hit me. Patrick Young, the Young family, you guys are here. This is your hometown. You know everybody. Everybody knows you. It must be a unique experience. I would imagine you, as mobile as you are, and I know you're everywhere, you must run into people that you haven't seen, friends, acquaintances that may not even know that you've had an accident. How does that happen? How does that work?
Yeah. I saw it was an event. What the Health just happened. My buddy Eric Wood has that podcast here in Jacksonville, really good. He held an event for his 100th episode.
Okay.
And I ran into a girl I hadn't seen in 15 years.
Yeah, sure.
From high school. From 15 years, I hadn't seen her, and she looked the same. I mean, it's not like something you talk about like, oh, wow. I'm sure she didn't, I don't know. We hadn't lost connection. Maybe she knew through the grapevine, but I have no idea.
Yeah. Unique. You handled well.
Your real friends, man. Your real friends, they stick beside you no matter what.
And before we go to break, I think, and I hope I'm not getting too personal, you told me a couple of years ago, I think I'm remembering this right, you have a little wiggle in your toes.
I did, man. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know what my body was going through or doing, but I did. I remember when I was at Craig Hospital, I was wiggling my 3 toes, not strongly, but in my left foot. And then I wasn't able to do it. And then it came back, and I got the ability that I could move my right toe a little bit. And then I couldn't do it. I have no idea what's going on, but I mean, there is no denying that I was able to do those things.
But that's got to be a positive, right? That's not a negative.
That would be. I mean, it helped to have some consistency here.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, there's no denying that happened. So
good stuff, Pat. I hope I didn't cross a line. And remember, at any time, you always can say, hey,
I'm an
Terry,
open book, man.
You can always say, shut up, Terry. Let's talk about ball. So I got an idea. Hey, shut up, Terry. Let's take a break. Come back. If you can hang one more segment at least, Patrick. NBA Finals TV numbers are in. I want to talk about that. And my goodness, as you know, being on a Final Four team, if you go deep into March Madness, your brand, and in this case, the Gator basketball brand, you get seen by a lot of people. The Final Four numbers are in. We'll talk some TV basketball numbers on the other side. He's back.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. That hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The schedules are out for another summer of soccer here in Jacksonville with the Armada men's and women's under-23 squads, starting with the ladies and the home opener on May 24th. 2 weeks later, they're back in Northeast Florida for a June 7th matchup. The season wraps up with a pair of Friday night home matches June 20th and the 27th. As for the boys in blue, they debut against a couple league newcomers on May 9th and 17th respectively, with more home dates on May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. All those matches are at Edward Waters University, and you can watch them live on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Okay, let's get right back into it. There you go. Carbon copy of yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before. It's hot and muggy out. It is June, late June in Jacksonville, and it'll be that way for a while. He's Patrick Young. I'm Terry Norvelle. I want to thank our good friends here at Hurricane Jewington Creek. I was here on Wednesday of last week having lunch, had the quesadillas. I had the Monterey Jack chicken quesadillas. They were off the chart good. Oh, good stuff here. I love the tacos and the quesadillas. Of course, they're known for their wings, Hurricane Wings, grill and wings, of course. But, man, fire away. I've got a good trivia answer.
Don't be treating me like Trivia Pat when you mess this one up. When you mess this one up and you're going to blame me for the question.
I'll see if it's a good question or not.
First off, it's a sports question and it's a college football question.
Oh, done. 1-0. I'm 1-0.
Name the...
I'm 1-0.
In this century, in the sports of football, basketball, and baseball, which four universities have the most championships?
Football, baseball, basketball this century, the Florida Gators are up there.
Yep.
Florida Gators are up there. The LSU Tigers. No, hold on. The Gators are one. I will say the Southern Cal Trojans are in there.
What have they won?
Baseball a million times.
Oh, they did? Man, I must not have been paying attention to baseball.
Here we go. Now I'm worried if you got the answers right now. I'm really worried. Okay. Southern Cal's won about 10 baseball titles. You said baseball, basketball, football.
Yep. The big three.
UCLA has won 12 or 13 basketball. They've won a couple in baseball.
This century.
John Wooden. Have you heard of John?
Terry.
2000. Oh,
yes,
no.
yes.
Oh, you son of a gun. God. Oh, Patrick. I thought you meant a century. I thought you meant the last 100 years.
This century. Florida is correct.
Give me Florida 1, basketball, football, baseball. Gosh darn, Ohio State and Michigan have nothing in baseball. Give me Florida, LSU. Give me, you said 4?
4.
Give me Texas.
Okay.
Can I have Texas, and can I have some of that food you're eating? What are you eating?
I'm eating orange.
No, I don't want orange. I don't want no stinking health. I don't want a healthy food. We were just talking about eating Pop-Tarts earlier. I don't need no stinking orange. Give me Florida, LSU. It's got to be Southern schools. Basketball. Who am I missing? Basketball.
Last one.
Baseball. How am I doing so far? Just give me a little bit of a thumbs up, thumbs down.
2 are right.
2 are right. Texas is not right. LSU, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee football, Tennessee baseball, no basketball. All right, we're wasting time. Give me the other ones. You got me.
Alabama.
I guess all the football because they don't have any baseball.
6 titles.
Okay.
This century.
Okay, football only though.
And next, the Yukon Huskies.
Oh man, they're all going one sport.
All in one sport.
Good question. Where'd you find that question at?
I heard that one today. It was pretty good. The Yukon Huskies I definitely would have been thrown off by that one. I knew when he asked the question, I knew Florida and LSU right away.
Yeah,
I knew those two.
Yeah,
and then Bama, it just made sense. I feel like it's something that would have popped out because there's so many SEC schools that you're just like, hell no, absolutely not. No.
It's kind of weak for Alabama and UConn. They did it with one sport.
Has Tennessee? When did Tennessee win a national championship?
Well, they haven't in basketball. They've won football. They've won T. Martin. Well, no, that was in the 90s. That was in the 90s with T. Martin. They won baseball 2 years ago, but their football was in the 90s, not the 2000s.
Basketball, not even the Final Four.
No basketball ever. No basketball ever. Casey, can we flash that graphic up about basketball if we have it? TV ratings, basketball.
Oh, wow.
The national championship game, Florida-Houston, 18.1 viewers. That checked in right in front of Game 7 of the NBA.
Wow.
And then, look, Florida played in the number 1 and number 4 most watched basketball games. How about that, Patrick? Thank you, Casey.
Man, I can't believe the Auburn-Alabama basketball game, the second one.
Yeah.
Dude, that game had everything, and it was a buzzer beater win. I can't believe that one. I would have chose that one over the UK-Illinois game, but anyways.
I never would have guessed UK-Illinois either. Never in a million years. But how about, number 1, college basketball checking in ahead of the NBA. Number 2, good for the small markets. Did you see where Game 7 the other night was the highest rated Game 7 in 6 years?
Wow.
In the NBA. Good for that. And then you saw Florida was number 1 and number 4. Think about how your brand winning is such a great thing. It grows your brand. Think about the free advertising the University of Florida basketball program got the last several months.
Yeah, absolutely. You get just from, man, those Gator Boys hats, man, like the school, Scott Strickland, man, like he did well with that one for sure.
Yeah.
And just hoping that on the football side, 10-win season would be great.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing.
10-win season would be.
It'll be huge for the overall brand. It would be huge. don't forget now tomorrow night, and I think this is a big thing. I think it's a big deal growing the Gator basketball brand because they're Florida's football first. They're trying to get basketball up there and become a blue blood. Don't forget tomorrow, I think Florida's going to get good press tomorrow because I think Walter Clayton gets his name called.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy.
Definitely.
Walter Clayton definitely gets his name called.
Yeah, and I mean, he was the MVP, right, of the Final Four. He was the MVP. Walter Clayton was the player more than even Cooper Flagg. He was the dominant player in March Madness, even more than Cooper Flagg, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
he really was. Oh, without a doubt, he was. Because Cooper Flagg, he had Con Knipple, Sion James, that
the big kid,
Mallock, and Tyrese Proctor. He had guys that were pretty well known. And I looked at the top 100 of the prospects for the NBA draft, and Elijah Martin's name's on there. Will Richardson is not. All the Duke starting five was there.
I know. How about Duke?
Come on.
They're expecting Duke to have 3 of the first 7 picks. The Malbach kid's he's 7'2". They think he's going about 5th or 6th, and Knipple's going to go.
He's similar to Mo Bamba, not in terms of skill, because I think Mo Bamba, he's a much better offensive player than this kid is, but in terms of their just shot blocking ability, they're just being able to just throw the ball up to the basket near him and he will dunk it.
Yeah,
it's pretty. That's the type of big. If they're not going to be shooting and pick and popping, and like a Jokic and passing a lot, the next best thing you need in a big is a guy that all he does is that at a really high level. And if he can learn how to do that, he'll be in the NBA for a long time.
Pat, I want to describe a little bit of where I think the NBA found themselves the last month or so of the playoffs. I think the NBA right now is ecstatic the way, and again, we're not pushing out to pasture LeBron and Harden and Steph and those guys. But, man, it feels like the last couple of months around the NBA, the young guard has kind of took over. The NBA feels is it just me? It feels fresh and young and reborn a little bit. No disrespect to the veterans. But am I on the right path here?
Man, Terry, just have some great conversation here. I love it. I was on Twitter the other day, and they showed it was LeBron when he was with was it the Heat when they lost to Dallas? Yes, the Dallas. The game has changed so much.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. When, the type of defenses, the offenses, I think, and not only that, the jerseys, the uniforms were way too big that they wore back then. They were way too big.
Yes.
But the mid-range jumps, there was a possession where the Heat had the ball, and Chris Bosh, he's not in the corner. He was shooting threes then. He was standing in the mid-range area. That was their spacing. That was the spacing back then. And he catches it, he knocks the jump shot down. And it's just the game was so different.
Yeah.
And I can understand maybe why we have people that are basketball purists or fans of that hard knock kind of basketball to see this game and see, man, all they do is shoot threes.
Yeah.
Where's the referee blows the whistle for that? We're doing and you hear it in the championship game. Richard Jefferson, I was a referee for 3 days and got to go through referee school, and he's like, we're reviewing stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's taken away from the game. But anyways, it's obviously the viewership is enjoying it. I just hope that the NBA
it feels fresh right now. The NBA feels like fresh. It's getting a kind of a restart with the young guard is taking over now.
Just like superhero movies, how they have to keep making remakes to impact the next generation. The game had to evolve. So kids love the game they're seeing.
Yeah. Well, Patrick, let me ask you
But
this.
you know who hates it?
Who?
Oh, I wish we had Coach Martin on.
Yeah.
Coach Martin hates it.
Yeah.
It's not good basketball. It's a team game.
As we go to break here, hour number one, I want you to address this. If the game had never, ever, ever gone overseas, if, the 80s, I guess, it really started going overseas, and the advent of the European basketball player, and even the far west to a degree, but the European basketball evolution, if the game had never gone, the American game of basketball had never gone to Europe, would the game still be played more in the lane, you think? Has the European influence made the game wider on the court?
No, well, their rules, the NBA's and FIBA rules, they're different.
Yeah.
So, there's no defensive 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So you get to clog it up. Obviously, that you don't see over there consistent 25-point scores.
Yeah.
Because the way the game is made, that's not possible to have what you just said for the championship game.
Yeah.
Shea Gildress 29 and Jalen Williams 27, Chet Holmgren 23. That's just not going to happen because of the style of the play. And overseas, what I love so much, you'll see this happen sometimes in the NBA. Good teams in Europe, they will never make this mistake. Terry, you're guarding the point guard.
Okay.
I come and set a screen, and you switch. So now you're on me, and I got you in the post.
Yeah.
What is the obvious answer? What's the answer, Terry?
Well, we can't switch because I don't want to be guarding you.
You don't want to switch, but it happens. It sometimes it happens in basketball. The point guard somehow is guarding the big guy.
Yeah.
What is the team supposed to do?
Dump it down to the big guy.
In the NBA, you will see that happen too often.
Yeah.
Overseas, they never the advantage, the disadvantage, when it happens, it's like instant. It's like instant.
Really?
Yeah, it's fundamental ball, man.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, Terry? You gonna foul me?
Absolutely.
Or I'm gonna score.
Yep.
And if I can get the point guard in foul trouble, that's something that happens that's true across all basketball. The point guard is the engine.
As we break, tell people again who was the greatest and what was the technique that you and Scotty Wilbekin used, or what you said you guys were the best ball screen defenders ever.
Yeah. We a lot of teams do it. They call it ice. So when the ball goes to the wing, Scotty Wilbekin, instead of trying to guard this guard straight on, he turns his body to an angle that's pushing him to the sideline. And then as the big, I come up to the level of the screen. So we're trying to keep this guy. The weakest point of the defense is when the ball is in the middle of the floor. Perfect symmetry, right? So if we can keep teams out to the sideline, and because most bigs in college, they don't pick and pop and shoot.
Yeah,
they don't. They're really effective at. So we would keep those guys locked up, man. Nobody could get through us until we ran into Russ Smith. Man,
Louisville kid.
He was one of the fastest human beings I've ever had to try and keep in front of me.
Really?
Yeah.
And he was the guard for Louisville.
He was the guard.
Yeah.
He was so fast.
So on the switch, he got by you
every time.
When you went back to the huddle, did you hear it from the coaching staff?
No, man. But I was thinking, it's bad. Because when we were playing Louisville in that game, Peyton Siva fouled out, and it 7 minutes left. We were up by 11.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. And they just kept running the same play. Just giving it to Russ, and him trying to beat me. He was just trying to beat me down to the baseline.
Yeah.
And then he was if I tried to go too far to try and he would cut back to the middle, and he's getting a bucket or I was fouling him. And about after the fourth or fifth time, I'm looking at coach and I'm looking, damn, we need to change this defense on coach. This ain't working.
Was that was the Louisville team that ended up winning it all, but it got taken away from them because Patino cheated so bad, right?
Well, no, man. They lost the year they beat us. They lost to Kentucky in the semifinal, and then the next year they won it.
They won it the next year. They won it all.
And it was ironic about that. Coach Patino got he got a tattoo of the championship.
Nice.
And they ended up taking it from him. It was for the recruiting violations and the prostitution and yeah.
Pat,
can't do that, Terry.
I got to honesty compels me to tell you this, and I did not know you back then, but there were 2 games that I not only cursed you, but the entire Gator basketball team made me so mad. So mad. You guys were winning that Louisville game, and you should have won the damn thing.
I know, man.
Okay? And then I'm still mad at you for losing a 16-4 lead in the Final Four to UConn. I cussed you guys I didn't even know you, and I cussed you. How'd you lose those 2 games? Why'd you lose those 2 games, Patrick?
Hey guys, appreciate you having me on the show today. You guys, have a good rest of your day, man. We were the team of destiny, Brand Terry.
I know that one, boy. 30 in a row, you guys won or whatever.
The team of destiny. We were supposed to win that game.
Hey, as we go, Pat, and I'll let you go. I know you're busy. We had that graphic a moment ago about Florida basketball this year had the #1 most watched basketball game and the #4. They played, if you add those 2, that was 40 million eyeballs. When you played, and obviously you didn't play 100 years ago, you played fairly recently. Did you feel the TV audience good? Were you guys, when you ran onto the court for a big game, did it go through? Man, there's 1 million people watching me.
I think you feel that more on the road than at home.
Okay.
Because we were so used to the rowdy, man, and shout out to Gator Nation. Man, we got a fantastic fan base. Maybe my freshman year was the only year maybe we didn't sell out every game. But after that, man, it just felt normal. And I think, just the appeal of when you go onto the road and you're in a different environment and you get to experience how other fans are. And especially, you didn't realize that they do research and they're there before when no one's there and it's quiet, man.
They're on you, huh?
Yeah, but hey, our fans do it too. So it just is what it is. But maybe more so you feel it when you know it's almost done. When you're when it's one and done in the tournaments.
Yeah.
That's when you really feel it and you see it on the court. You see Phoenix regional, whatever, first round, Sweet 16, it says it on the court, man, all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
And then I would imagine during timeouts and pregame and halftime, you see these national reporters and people with microphones, and you see them sitting courtside. You go, wait a minute, this is the CBS game that everybody's watching. Everybody in the country's watching this game.
We, for the most part, we try to, between games, we tried to stay away from CBS and watching the stuff, because I do remember, but one year, because Charles Barkley hates Florida so much. He hates it so much. He never picks Florida ever, no matter what. And I just remember we were kind of oh, he hating on us. We got to keep going. They gave us motivation.
Nice. Good stuff. All right, Pat. We took it a little bit long here. I think you're busy, you're back at home. I'll let you get about your business. We got some baseball talk coming up at the bottom of the hour, and then we hope to visit with you the rest of the week. How's that, my friend?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, that's our buddy Patrick Young with some good stories, as always, and talking some basketball with our main man, Patrick Young. We'll take a break. We've wrapped into hour number 2. We'll come back. We've got some this date in sports history to get to, and a lot of baseball talk. I hope we hear from Kade Kistner, our buddy from Sports Illustrated on Tuesdays. He likes to check in and do a roundabout, a whip around from Major League Baseball. We'll take a break. We are live, of course, at our Tuesday home, Hurricane in Jordan Creek.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options. and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Will Olive, Mandarin High School. Go Stangs.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School. Tony Mazzio, Sandalwood High School, class of 2002. Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Shacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with We Armada rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is home. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
Let's get right back into it. I want to thank Patrick Young for spending a little over an hour with us. I know he's got a lot of stuff going on. Stays busy with his foundation and speaking engagements and things like that. Also want to thank our buddy Casey Kurtz for producing and helping out and hopping on. We'll visit with Casey here momentarily. And then hopefully at the bottom of the hour, we'll talk some Major League Baseball with our buddy Kade Kistner, the Sports Illustrated publisher, really knows the game of Major League Baseball. And I look forward to visiting with Kade as we do every single week. Let's Casey, how about some of this Dayton sports history so we can all learn a little bit as we go? Way back in 1922, I think this was a pretty good. We talked about names and bad league names. We talked about that earlier in hour number 1. 1922, the American Professional Football Association, they decided, and I think they decided pretty well, let's change the name to the National Football League, Casey. NFL.
Out. Yeah, that worked out.
That worked out pretty well. Speaking of the one of the original NFL teams and names, also 1922, one of the charter clubs in the Professional Football League, the Chicago Staleys. And I didn't really know what a Staley was. Come to find out, it was the guy that owned the team. He had a company that used his last name, and it was the company made its money in starch. Starch, I guess, way back, guys, everybody wore a suit everywhere back then, and starch was big, but then it kind of went bad. So A.E. Staley, and this is a little spinoff, he ended up selling his team to the Hallis family, right? Bears, George Hallis, all that. And I did not know this. This was a little spinoff. So when he sells it to the Hallis family, and NFL's, moving and grooving, Hallis cuts a deal to play their games, or NFL football games, the soon-to-be changed name of the Staley's. They played at the Cubs baseball park, right? Played in the outfield. Like that happened a lot way back then. The Cubs were already established in Major League Baseball. And, of course, Staley didn't own it anymore, Casey. So the new owner said, well, wait a minute. We're playing in the Cubs baseball park. They rented that out to play in the outfield, obviously, like they do. He said, wait a minute. Football players are a lot bigger than baseball players. The baseball guys are the Cubs, so we're going to be the Bears. Did you ever know that?
I did not, but it makes sense.
Makes a ton of sense. I'm like, holy. You know what, Casey? If you open your eyes and you pay attention, you learn something every day.
I guess so, yeah, because that makes a lot of sense.
It really does. He said, our football guys are bigger than their baseball guys. We're playing in their well, we're the Bears. The Bears.
Man, there you go.
There you go. This date, 1962, we bring it up a little more modern time, 1962. A Major League Baseball player by the name of Jack Reed. He hit his only Major League Baseball home run in the 22nd inning for the Yankees as they beat the Tigers 9-7 in the slowest extra inning game in the history of Major League Baseball. 7 hours, Casey.
Wow.
7.
That's terrible.
Wouldn't you think the game would have been 32-31? It was 9-7.
Yeah, you would. Man, I would have left so quick. 7th inning, I'd have been out of there.
I guess my man Jack said, I'm not a home run hitter, but I got to go home.
Might as well. Right. I'm here for 22 innings. I might as well get one.
I'm going to hit a home run. I got to get out of here. My wife's going to be mad as hell. God, 7 hours. Honey, going to the ballpark. Got a game today. Be back in a couple, 3 or 4 or 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This date, 1979. Got to get this in. My favorite baseball player of all time. 1979 made his debut. The one and only, we just lost him within a calendar year, I think. The great Ricky Henderson made his debut 1979. And Casey, his first game as a major leaguer, this date, 1979, you'll never guess one of the things he did in that game. You'll never do it.
Give me stolen base.
Stolen base. How'd you know that?
Lucky guess.
The very first one, 1979. This is kind of cool. It happened a long time ago. It was kind of neat when it happened, but you knew it was going to go away. This date, sports history, 1992, the Orlando Magic, a very, very young franchise in the NBA. They had the first pick, and guess who they took? And it was magical for a couple of years. They almost won the title. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, they shacked us.
Shaq, they Shaq and Penny. Remember, they were good, man. Ooh.
I don't remember because I wasn't alive, but I know that it happened.
Hurt. Yeah, you heard it though, right? Shaq and Penny.
Yeah, I heard about it once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah, and probably should have won the title that one year. What was the deal? Nick Anderson fouled Jordan or missed a delay. Nick Anderson did something infamous. Can't remember. Just in a playoff game, just threw the ball away or fouled something. Missed a free. I don't know. They
Way
did
to go,
something.
Nick Anderson.
Yeah, way to go, Nick. Casey, baseball guy that you are. Oh, this is gonna leave a mark. 1997, Major League Baseball. This date, 1997. Randy Johnson, at the time pitching for Seattle, he was so dominant. The big lefty. He had a 19 strikeout game, but this roided up guy named Mark McGuire happened to connect on a 538-foot home run as Oakland beat Seattle 4-1. You take a loss 4-1 after knocking out 19 strikeouts.
Wow.
That's going to leave a mark, isn't it?
A little bit. That's a bomb, though.
Ooh, 538. How do you just not say you're suspended, man? You're obviously on steroids. Right.
I mean, they got there eventually. They figured out that he was doing something that he shouldn't have been.
Casey, 538.
Yeah, it's far. It's far away from where you're currently at.
Goodness, yes, definitely. Tying this back to the long baseball game of 1962. How about this one? And you may remember this one. This date, sports history, sort of, and I'll say sort of. In 2010, John Isner professional tennis player John Isner beat Nicholas Manhunt in a tennis match over in Wimbledon, I believe it was. The longest tennis match ever. It took 3 days because of rain and darkness before they had 11 hours and 5 minutes they actually played over 3 days. Rain and no, I think this was before they had lights at Wimbledon. I think it was at Wimbledon. Remember when it happened? 11 hours and 5 minutes of court time in this damn match. And
that's crazy.
One of the tiebreakers went like 62 to 61.
Holy crap.
Ridiculous. But over 3 days. This date, sports history, Major League Baseball, not that long ago, just to tell everybody and remind everybody the Rockies have been bad for a long time. 2023, Colorado Rockies, on this date, they decided to lose a baseball game to the Angels 25-1.
Holy cow.
In Major League Baseball, modern Major League Baseball, 25-1. And just to make it a little more memorable, the Angels hit 3 consecutive home runs on 3 consecutive pitches in that game.
That's a wild stat.
Casey, after the second home run in
throw
2
ball.
pitches, don't you throw one in the dirt?
Yeah, one that's unhittable. Yes, you absolutely do.
You would think. And final, this date in sports history, this was only a year ago, 2024. The Philadelphia Phillies turned a very, very rare 1-3-5 triple play. So think about that, Casey. Pitcher, first base, third base, triple play. Yep. I'm assuming line drive to the pitcher, out number 1, right? Base runner on first gets caught, throw it to the first baseman, out number 2. Across the diamond, base runner was on third base, I guess, right?
Or he was, I don't know, probably.
Or caught between second, but it went pitcher, first base, third base. That triple play before 2024, last year, when the Phillies pulled it off, had not happened in Major League Baseball since 1929. 29.
What in the world? I'm watching the play right now. Yep, it was I don't know what bro was doing on third, but yeah, it was a line drive to the pitcher, throws to first. The guy on third ran home as fast as he could, without realizing he had to tag up. So they threw it across to third and got him. So
the one at third was just a little lob, easy.
Yeah. I mean, Harper could have walked it over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Elias? I think Elias, the Elias people that do the stats. I think they're Major League Baseball, maybe all stats. And they'll give you stats like that. The first time since 1920. Do you ever question some of that?
Oh yeah.
I mean, how do they really, without computer and spreadsheets from 1902 to 1987, how do they really somebody know? Just start thumbing through scrapbooks, or what do they do?
Yeah, no, I agree with that fully. I've always wondered, and like no one's going to call them out on it if they're wrong.
How you gonna call
we don't
them out?
know. You can just say whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't know. So there you have it. Some interesting stuff. Did you learn a little bit there, Case? A little bit?
Yeah, I learned a little bit, for sure.
A little bit there.
The long baseball game, the long tennis match. Nick Anderson. Yeah.
I want to get this in, so let's see if we can squeeze this in. I hope I'm wrong about this. I know it's not top of mind, but, man, have you followed any of this Antonio Brown stuff that's going on?
Other than what you told me before the show started, no.
I don't know how this is going to end. Antonio Brown, he's had a checkered past, can we say. Recently, a warrant is out for his arrest on attempted murder. I don't think the person died, but there was a gunshot, grabbed a gun. Let me see if I can find the history of it here real quick. But all of a sudden, a warrant's out for his arrest, and all of a sudden, he's social media posting that he is out of the country, which I don't think that ever works out well, does it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one way to try to get away from it.
Trying to find out here. This is, and I'm not making fun of this at all, but you just think, man, how is this going to end? So, on-field trouble. He's a great player, 6th-round draft pick, had a long career in the NFL, Pro Bowls. But, boy, he has a checkered past. 2018, accused of sexual assault in a lawsuit by a trainer, Brittany Taylor. NFL suspended him 8 games, on and on and on. Furniture incident. Threw furniture off of his balcony, nearly injuring a child. Also fined for driving 100 miles an hour. January 2020, warrant issued for felony battery, burglary, and property damage stemming from an altercation with a moving truck driver. Pled no contest, received probation, community service, anger management. October 2022, allegedly exposed himself at a Dubai hotel pool. December 22, domestic violence warrant in Tampa after allegedly throwing a shoe at his ex-fiancee. A shoe? Really? Casey, who throws a shoe? That really hurt. Remember that movie?
I do not.
Austin Powers. A shoe.
Oh, really? Yeah. I do know.
Who throws a shoe? That really hurt. It goes on. 2023. Multiple arrest warrants issued for failing to pay child support. Also filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, reportedly owing nearly $3 million. And then most recently, June of 2025. That's right now, basically. Attempted murder arrest warrant back in May at a celebrity kickboxing event in Miami. Brown was filmed punching a man and allegedly seizing a gun from a security officer, firing 2 shots and grazing the victim's neck. So, warrant issued on June 11th, which was, 2 weeks ago, roughly. Miami-Dade judge signed an arrest warrant charging him with second-degree attempted murder with a firearm. Bond is set at $10,000 and requires house arrest if he returns to the U.S. Brown claims he's traveling in the Middle East and has not yet returned. Miami PD has his attorney's contact information. They don't plan on sending officers abroad. And he makes the news now most recently because there's a social post where he has posted, I guess, to a daughter. And he's saying, and I'm paraphrasing, tell your mom the child support's over and I'm out of the country. So,
yeah, it looks like he's in Dubai from his social media.
Dubai. Yeah, you got to be somewhere, right?
Got to be somewhere.
This guy, man, seems to be a very loose cannon. I hope this ends well, but Casey, am I making too much of this? This sounds like it ain't going to go well.
Yeah, there's no evidence that says that this is going to end good for anybody involved.
End well. So with that, let's take a break. Hopefully we'll hook up with Kade Kistner, our buddy from Sports Illustrated. Got a lot of Major League Baseball stuff to talk about. Boy, the baseball season has really, really heated up. We're pushing the end of June, 4th of July, All-Star break, kind of the midway point. A lot of movement's going to happen between now and playoff season. We'll talk Major League Baseball on the other side right here on the Young and Norvelle Show.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The schedules are out for another summer of soccer here in Jacksonville with the Armada men's and women's under-23 squads, starting with the ladies and the home opener on May 24th. 2 weeks later, they're back in Northeast Florida for a June 7th matchup. The season wraps up with a pair of Friday night home matches June 20th and the 27th. As for the boys in blue, they debut against a couple league newcomers on May 9th and 17th respectively, with more home dates on May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. All those matches are at Edward Waters University, and you can watch them live on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
All right, you see the logo right there. Time for some baseball talk. We like to do it about this time every Tuesday with our buddy, the Sports Illustrated publisher. You know him, you love him. Kade Kistner joins us. Mr. Kistner, we got a ton of stuff to get to. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, pretty good, Terry. And yes, we do. Interesting weekend of baseball for sure.
It's going to be that way till we have a World Series wrapping up. Kade, I want to start off the Major League Baseball field real quick, if you don't mind. College Baseball World Series, a real controversial first inning. I'm sure you saw, or kind of, I don't know if you went or watching it live, or the early ejection. Do you have any thoughts on how that played? The manager of the dugout was warned multiple times. Skipper comes out from Coastal, finds out it's over balls and strikes, and then he pops off. He gets run in the first inning. Do you have any thoughts on how that played out?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching it live, and I was actually kind of had the day off, so I was able to go watch it with my LSU buddies. But so obviously they were very skiing and very happy about what happened. But it's crazy. It's elimination game, college World Series, and the umpires are going to throw out Kevin, the skipper for Coastal, in the first inning. I mean, to me, it just I don't know. It doesn't sit right well with me. So, but at the same time, I mean, like you said, he was warned multiple times. Kevin he's very passionate. I actually got to talk to him before, and he's very protective of his guys. And so it was very in character for him. And at some point, too, as the skipper, you have to also kind of, pull back and realize the situation that you're in and the gravity of the situation.
And Kade, in the first inning, you can't get run there. The seventh inning, maybe, the eighth inning, maybe. But I just wanted to reach in and pop the umpire on the back of the neck and the skipper for Coastal. I wanted to pop them both and say, play nice, guys. This is a big game here.
Yeah, and then you've got the first base coach in there, too, who, would have probably taken over. And instead, in probably the biggest game of Coastal Carolina's school history, you've got the recruiting coordinator, managing the pitching staff, for 9 innings of baseball. So
against the best team in the country.
Right.
LSU. One more off the field topic. I thought it was pretty neat today. I'm just reading around, kind of putting this segment together and reading about the incredible stadium that's going to be built. I guess they've finally broken ground in Las Vegas. And, I mean, this thing's going to be just state-of-the-art, man. I mean, it's going to take a couple of years, 2.5, maybe 3 years to build. Interesting. It's a domed stadium, and I don't know if you've heard about this. The way they're going to AC it, it's groundbreaking. They're not going to have your traditional, conventional, just pumping a bunch of air conditioning through these big vents. They're air conditioning under each seat. It's a unique situation, and I hope it works. But yeah, some kind of brand new technology where the concept is, why condition the air that's out in the stadium, in the arena, the stadium, that's not really being used?
Yeah. I mean, I was reading about that this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and to me, it just seems like seems like really cool technology. I mean, it is Vegas, it is a dome, but this is either going to be one of the coolest new stadium things, that sports is ever going to see, or it's going to be the biggest flop. And considering that it's, the A's and their ownership, I like to lean towards it probably going to be a flop. That's just a cynic to me.
It's fun, something to track though. I've never heard of it. Obviously, it's groundbreaking. But we'll see. All right, let's get on to the field. A lot to get to. Let's start kind of a double dip. What the hell is going on with the Mets? They're like 1-9 their last 10. The Phillies took 2 of 3. The Phillies have turned it around and now caught and passed the Mets. Phillies with a huge 4-game series with first place Houston. Just digest all that, particularly Phillies and Mets. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing this come from the Mets right now after such a hot start. Juan Soto is not exactly kind of performing to the level that the team's wanting him to right now. But I mean that's the thing with Juan Soto. And right before he signed, you and I had talked about Soto quite a bit and how $700 million player. I don't really think that's Juan Soto. I mean, he's a very, very talented player, but this has been his entire career, right? So ups and downs. The Phillies, they look really good. Pitching staff's getting it done. They're getting runs on the board. So, like I told you, the Phillies score 4 runs. They're gonna win that game 9 times out of 10. So,
and
that's what they've been doing.
Pretty good matchup. Suarez and Valdez going at it. Tonight, I guess in game 1. But boy, the Phillies, they had their rocky spot. What was that, 2 weeks ago? They had a little rocky run there, and damn, if they haven't, they've righted the ship and climbed back ahead. Just so we don't forget, Cal Raleigh. My God,
man, 32 home runs, and we're halfway, not even halfway through the season technically. Yeah. I'm just, and then he's also doing it behind the plate. He's a great defensive catcher as well. I mean, man, it is a heck of a season for him. And
I think he's leading Major League Baseball, obviously, in home runs. I think he's leading in an RBI as well. And with that being the case, and I know Judge has got the gaudy average, but would Cal Raleigh get a lot of MVP votes right now?
That's the talk. I mean, I think, as it is with MVP, the media, voting on it, which even being media, I have my own thoughts on that. But, I say right now, if the vote was held today, I'm pretty sure Raleigh would probably take it home.
How about that? Yeah, the stat I also read this morning, Raleigh now with 32 home runs. In terms of his organization, he's within 3 of Griffey had the most at the break, 35. Junior. Junior. Yeah. I mean, we've got 15 games probably before the break, don't we, or more?
We've probably got a little bit more than that. Yeah, probably right about 15, 16. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Former Florida State catcher is really, really lighting it up. And I guess we shouldn't be surprised. He was a high draft pick. I remember he got to Florida State, this big kid, and he just had Major League Baseball written all over him. He really did.
What he's doing is incredible. I mean, it's just absolutely impressive, especially, for him. He's playing a tough position. Like I say, he's quarterback in the diamond, and just going out there and slugging it for his team. So,
baseball gods, I don't know what they've got against the Braves. Braves start playing better baseball. They've inched to within. They're 6 out of the 3rd wild card spot, so they can see it again. A little bit. Maybe that's the goal, to get to the All-Star break within shouting distance. But damn if Chris Sale doesn't go down. Fractured rib cage. God, that sounds painful.
Yeah, and again, that's for a pitcher, that's completely no throwing for probably 4 to 6 weeks, if not a little longer.
Yeah.
And then the process of getting him back. I mean, but yeah, that's kind of a huge blow for the Braves. And the other thing too is if you want to be a contending team, right? I mean, you're not going to win every game against the quote unquote bad teams, right?
Yeah.
But you can't drop games or series to the Rockies, and you can't do what they did this past weekend, which is drop a series to the Marlins. So you can lose a game, but you just can't lose a series against those types of teams.
Yeah, and they've lost. Obviously, they lost the series to the Marlins. They've lost at least I know 2 to the Rockies this year. Two games.
2 games, yeah.
2 games, not series, but 2 games. And hell, there's 4 right there to, Marlins and Rockies. So, but they are playing better. Did you see Acuna's home run trot the other night?
Oh yeah, that's what social media and is talking about right now.
He's flamboyant. He's definitely flamboyant, isn't he?
He is, and that's the thing is, I think he's got 119 plate appearances this season so far, and he's got like 11 home runs or 12 home runs, something crazy, and he's just smacking the heck out of the ball. He's got an obscene average. I mean, he is a superstar player, but when you're on a losing team, right? I mean, maybe cool the celebrations down just a little bit. And I apologize if there's any car noise behind me. I'm traveling, so I'm out and about right now trying to get over to the hotel.
Oh,
so.
Thank you for mentioning that, but we're fine. Number one, number two, thank you for squeezing this in, and we'll try to get you out of here.
Oh, it's perfect.
One other thing, and this will happen tomorrow, but obviously we're visiting with you today, Kade Kistner, our buddy from Sports Illustrated. We have a flamethrower matchup tomorrow. You've got the Pirates. They'll run Paul Skeens to the mound. And this guy, Jacob Mizorowski, if I can pronounce this right, from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Have you seen a 23-year-old rookie? He hit his last start. He hit 102.1.
Yes, I think it was 102, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's nuts.
He had 29 pitches in that game of 100 or more. He had 12 pitches in the game, his last start, of 101 or more. I mean, who and where do you know much about this play? And he'll match up with Skeens tomorrow. Good Lord.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to definitely be having my eye on and having on the at least one of the corners of the TV. So that should be a lot of fun just from a pure pitching duel standpoint.
In terms of, and I know they've kind of righted it a little bit, but boy, the Yankees got sideways too. We've talked a lot about that. Is that just a 162 game hiccup, or is there concern in Yankee land? What's going on with the Yankees? They're still obviously a couple games ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if the Yankees don't go 162-0, there's always concern amongst the fan base. And again, I think it's just one of those blips. It's a very talented team. I think they're still in first place in the AL East. So I mean, I wouldn't be if I'm the Yankees fan. It's probably not a very fun stretch to watch right now, but they're going to be absolutely fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine, right? They'll be fine. And man, can you imagine who Garrett Cole's out, right? I mean, right? I mean,
he's done for the season.
I mean, he's
done for next season too.
Yeah, their ace is gone. Can you imagine them with their ace?
I know. Yeah, and Garrett Cole is a difference maker. I mean, when he's on the mound and he's healthy, he's a perennial Cy Young candidate every single year. So, but he's kind of like that Jacob deGrom character almost, right? Where he's so prolific, but he struggles to stay on the mound.
That Garrett Cole comment just kind of spurred this. We've talked a tiny bit over the last year or so about this. Will Trevor Bauer ever get back into Major League Baseball?
Well, that's a hot question. I would say no. Even though he was exonerated and he ended up getting paid. Listen, he's pitching down in the Mexican League right now, I think. And I believe he won their version of their Cy
Yeah,
Young.
he did.
That's the Mexican League, but he is pitching, but there's just so much around him now. Even though he was cleared, and this is one of those things where I've always thought that there's been something kind of behind the scenes with him that teams or executives know that maybe we don't. But I can also tell you this: he's got a pretty popular YouTube channel and podcast. He's kind of a what we call polarizing figure there, and on his social media. So that's just the other thing you don't really see in baseball very much is that vocally polarizing type of personality, and that's what Trevor brings to every team that he's going to go to. So I think teams just kind of stay away, and it's been a long time since he was on a major league mound. So
I know, but the thing that ratchets it up is, I mean, he's a pitcher. And obviously, if he was a position player and he was giving you 60 home runs, you would have the same thought. But I mean, this is a valued pitcher. Everybody wants a stud starter. It's perplexing. It really is. And the way it played out, but there was so much water under the bridge already, though,
Yeah, and it was kind of the point of no return. I mean, he has said over and over, "I will play for league minimum. Like, just give me an opportunity to play." And so it's he's a guy you can put down. He's your fourth or fifth guy in the rotation right now, and that's a premium position right now, especially with the trade deadline. I mean, you're gonna have to give up all kinds of prospects to just go out and get a guy to slide into your rotation if you're a contender. So
Sure. A couple more moments here with Kade Kistner. Baseball Talk. We do it on Tuesdays around 5:30. The Dodgers they've weathered. They like everybody. They had a little bit of a swoon here in the first half. They just have gone through a tough part of their schedule and looked really good. I mean, they were taking Padres, Giants, Padres looked really good. And then we see the fun development. Ohtani, they're giving him an inning here on the mound, an inning there. Just your thought, how will that play out? Will they start stretching him out a little more? Will they just say, hey, let's do this for a few more starts, inning there? And I'm assuming their goal is to get him, in that 6-7 inning range by late in the season, postseason, I guess.
yeah, I would say that's their goal, right? Is if you're going to bring back Ohtani mid-season and do it the way they're doing it, the goal is absolutely to stretch him out and get him ready for, the late season run in September, and then obviously for the postseason in October. And the goal is that he's one of your top three guys, maybe your fourth guy in a postseason series. So that would be the goal, and they've got plenty of time to do that. So they've got 2.5 months that they can work on stretching him out very slowly, methodically, and intelligently.
When he pitches home games, obviously he leads off as well, right, for the Dodgers.
That's correct.
In their lineup when he's pitching the home game. And I think there's a 2-minute clock, right, between innings.
Yep.
I think there's a
correct.
clock. And that doesn't get adjusted just because you've got a situation where your pitcher needs to get off the mound, get on the on-deck circuit, right? I mean, he has to hustle off the mound, kind of, which you don't want your pitcher running off the mound, but he's got 2 minutes to get in the dugout, put his glove down, his hat down, get his hitting guards on if he wears any. Get right. I mean, it's kind of an awkward situation when he's at home.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, especially that first time through. But this being said, though, he is given a little bit of leeway. I know that in his first start, they kind of gave him an extra, I'm saying an extra minute or so, and I think the other teams are okay with that because it is Shohei Ohtani. But I don't think there's many guys that could pull off getting some extra time.
Yeah, and then how about the way he kind of waved his dugout off when he got plunked the other night?
Yeah,
and things got real chippy. He gets plunked. We're up in the shoulder, I guess. It was kind of high.
It was high. Yeah.
And that was interesting. And a point was made. If you ever wondered who's the leader of the Dodgers, he kind of looks at his dugout and says, hey, it's okay. Stay in the dugout.
Yeah, one thing, too, about him, just his personality is every single time he comes up to bat, he goes up to the umpire, he says hello, makes sure they're okay. Very respectful guy. And then he goes out there and he doesn't really showboat. He just goes out there and destroys baseballs and pitches 100 miles an hour and carries the team on his back. He's very quiet about it.
Yeah, fun guy for the game, and he's lived up to it, hasn't he? He really has.
Absolutely.
He has lived up to it, and baseball's better for it, and certainly international baseball is better for it. Kade, we'll let you go. I know you're in transit. Anything else we need to know about? Just, we're in go time now, man. This is fun. Every weekend is just loaded with stuff.
Yeah, rock and roll.
What in the world just happened? What just happened?
Week as we come back here live at Hurricanes Grill and Wings.
That's wild.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The schedules are out for another summer of soccer here in Jacksonville with the Armada men's and women's under-23 squads, starting with the ladies and the home opener on May 24th. 2 weeks later, they're back in Northeast Florida for a June 7th matchup. The season wraps up with a pair of Friday night home matches June 20th and the 27th. As for the boys in blue, they debut against a couple league newcomers on May 9th and 17th respectively, with more home dates on May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. All those matches are at Edward Waters University, and you can watch them live on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax Pal.
Hey, that'll just about wrap things up. Busy, fun Tuesday edition. Thanks to all of our good folks and the great hospitality we get every Tuesday here in the heart of Mandarin. We are live every Tuesday here at Hurricane Grill and Wings. That'll wrap things up. Tomorrow, Brent Beard joins us. A lot of college sports talk. And then, of course, Dr. Aaron Bates from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist will discuss Halliburton's injury, the rib cage situation with Chris Sale, and a lot of other, unfortunately, injuries in and around the world of sports. That comes up tomorrow, 4 o'clock, for the next edition of the Young and Norvelle Show right here on Action Sports Jax. Everybody have a great Tuesday. We'll do it again 4 o'clock tomorrow right here on Action Sports Jax.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at Recycling Simplified.